Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast episode 1561, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. Hepatitis is the inflammation of which of the body's organs? Liver. Which Indian Prime Minister was awarded the 1983-84 Lenin Peace Prize? Indira Gandhi. Why is the Bronx called the Bronx? After a landowner named Jonas Bronk. What fruit comes in Chubby Gray and Jubilee variety? Watermelons. What role did Hermann Göring's brother play during World War II? He helped people escape from concentration camps. What children's classic first chapter is titled In the Drain? Stuart Little. What movie's protagonist is named Lightning McQueen? Cars. How are elements organized on the periodic table? Answer: by atomic number. The atomic number corresponds to the number of protons in the nucleus. Who was the male star of the 1967 film Barefoot in the Park? Robert Redford. TV show character Borat hails from what country? Kazakhstan. Why did Russia sell Alaska to the United? In 1866, Russia's coffers were still drained from the Crimean War, 1853 to 1856, and rather than let Great Britain take Alaska, they asked the U.S. to buy it. Which country has the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites? Italy. In what arcade game did the player attempt to avoid vehicle traffic and crocodiles? Frogger. Who reveals the man behind the curtain in The Wizard of Oz? Toto. With what animal's pelts did the Plains Indians traditionally build their teepees? Bison. In 1963, the New York Zoo's Great Ape House was home to the most dangerous animal in the world exhibit. What was the exhibit? A mirror? What bread's name may come from German words meaning devil's fart? Pumpernickel. What African country was formerly known as Northern Rhodesia? Zambia. What was the last name of civil rights activist Malcolm X? Little. What publication uses the motto America's Finest News Source? The Onion. What name is given to a smooth oval hill created by glacial drift? Drumlin. Who was Sports Illustrated's first female sportsperson of the year? Billie Jean King. What pro wrestler grew up next door to playwright Samuel Beckett? Andre the Giant. What is an onychophagist? A nail biter. Who ended his final 60-minute segment by saying, "If you do see me in a restaurant, please, just let me eat my dinner." Andy Rooney. What year did the Mayflower transport the first English Puritans to the New World? 1620. What restaurant chain has commercials with the slogan "Eating Good in the Neighborhood"? Applebee's. What sea separates China from the Korean Peninsula? Answer: Yellow Sea, known as Huanghai in Chinese and Huanghai in Korean. The Yellow Sea gets its name because the sediment from rivers makes its color nearly yellow. What was Shakespeare's first printed work? Answer: two poems, Venus and Adonis and The Rape of Lucrece. In 1893, New Zealand became the first country to do what? Allow women to vote. What is the largest lake lying completely inside Canada? Great Bear Lake. Eric Arthur Blair was better known by what pen name? George Orwell. What zone of radiation was first detected by Explorer, the first U.S. satellite? The Van Allen belt. What is the study of stamps called? Philately. What place does Argentina take on the list of the world's largest countries by land area? 8th. Where does the bossa nova dance music originate? Brazil. Which musician helped fund the USS Arizona Memorial? Elvis Presley. What valley holds the record for the highest temperature recorded on American soil? Death Valley. What U.S. state flag has a Union Jack flag on it? Hawaii. Who divorced Neil Simon 4 years after starring in his film The Goodbye Girl? Marsha Mason. How many British Admiral-class battlecruisers were cancelled in 1919? 3. Which actor starred in both the 1961 and 1991 versions of the film Cape Fear? Ansagri Peck. Who killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo in 1914? Gavrilo Princip. Most frequently, full extraction of coffee's flavor occurs when water reaches what temperature? Answer: 195 degrees Fahrenheit. What culinary ingredient did Hippolyte Mege invent? Margarine. Santa Baby contributed to which singer's fame? Eartha Kitt. The last leader of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, was in what restaurant commercial? Pizza Hut. What is a rhino horn made of? Keratin. What automaker produced a model named Stag from 1970 to 1977? Triumph. Which U.S. state's name is derived from the Chippewa words for great water? Michigan. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.